All right, let's do this. Oh, there we are. I don't know why it flipped around. I think that was part of like me hooking it up. It automatically started again. So we're in this zone with it starting up like this. But let's do this. We have me getting out of my driveway. Nobody's actually come to me and said, I'm just going to throw this out there. I told you so. I told you that it was going to basically fail and they were not going to do it on Discord. And yes, we have a reprieve. I don't think people understand. The way they've rolled this out was horrendously horrible. I think that the reason that they did it this way is because the UK, Australia, or basically the Commonwealth didn't give them much time, or they're trying to sell to a British company. Which means they have to be compliant with the British laws, which I have to admit, they have very strict age verification shit going on, and it's beyond protect the children. It's stuff that people should have been doing a long time ago, and it would have informed my decision to make things. The biggest problem that I have is that where Discord is concerned is that I do not feel secure. I do not feel that my private information is secure. I do not feel none of that. Like it's beyond just doing the age verification thing. And I know somebody was telling me that, you're worried about them stealing your art. And I'm like going, yes, that's a concern because of AI. And I don't care if you tell me it's a different AI. They're all the fucking same. Just because you use the AI differently does not mean it's not the same as the other AIs. They're all the fucking same. They scrape data and repackage it depending on their programming. That scraped data can be transferred to a different type of AI's repackaging deal. So if they have a lot of artwork that I drew, they can scrape it and they can give it to something that produces artwork. Deep fakes, all those things. They're data scrapers. That's what they do. That's their job. For AI age verification with facial recognition, they need a picture of you, usually a live picture, taken off of a webcam. And that picture goes through their database and tells you whether you're old enough or not. And the reason they have that is so that once they implement their team by default idea, that once they implement the team by default idea, then they can actually say, based on the age verification thing, that I am old enough to use this program. They're supposedly not scraping any more data, which somebody actually looked at what they were doing, and it's 256 points of data being scraped. Which they're going to hold for 3 years. Just so everybody's clear, if they're not using it, why are they scraping it? When I was in high school, I knew people with full mustache, thinning hairlines, and all the things that could be considered old age. I was the exact opposite. Even when I turned 30, I still looked very young. Like young enough to be a teenager, under 18. So I don't think that the facial recognition will help me. The way to get around the facial recognition, and I don't know if it totally gets around it, because they need to verify the user at the keyboard with a webcam, is to submit all your data. September 20th was the date that the hack happened last year. It wasn't reported until like the 10th or the 11th. That was when it was reported. I didn't find out about it till like the 27th, which gives whoever acquired or got my information, it would have given them a month and a week. Or 5.5 weeks. To use and do with whatever my private information they could. Have they used the information? Yeah, I've gotten a lot more spam. I've gotten a lot more robocalls. I've gotten a lot more I'm trying to think of like those are the two areas that they have connection to, which is my email and my phone number. if they have access to my phone records, they could then find my personal information from there. I'm still trying to think of where they would get the credit card. They'd have to hack into the phone company that I belong to. But I think I was, the reason that I haven't been hit by anything is because I think I was a dead end. I wasn't easy pickings. But if people think about how much information they put on Discord, especially Nitro users, you could be potentially like what they would be kind of scraping for. And that hack could have been the testing ground for the larger hack, which is coming when more people have to put more information in. I don't like, again, you know, another day I'm talking about freaking Discord, but there is no I told you so. I don't have an I told you so of whether staying on Discord is the right decision. If it's the right decision for you to make, I presented all the evidence that I have, and especially on why I'm leaving. Why I'm no longer going to be a part of what's happening with Discord. Yeah. But that's all I'm giving you. The decision is definitely yours. I do not know what a right decision is for you. You have to make that decision. But I'm telling you, the information that I'm giving is the best information that I have. And if somebody wanted to know why, that's why. It's not to protect my art. It is not. It is this. It is because I want to keep my private information private. You know, that joke, two people can keep a secret if one of them's dead. That is how it works. But I have been completely transparent about everything, and I think the next step, is to have a plan B if Stoke goes down. I have a plan B for Blue Sky. I'm touting Blue Sky. That is the place where I'm active right now. But they could step on their dick. They've been growing a little too quickly and stuff like that. And I feel bad. You know, it's like me using YouTube and Twitch. I have a backup in case one of them goes the way of the dodo. My backup is Kick right now. At any time, that something happens to me here, or something happens to me on Twitch, at any time, I will go and only use and only stream from Kick. I haven't done that. And I will not tout myself as an adult or mature streamer on Kick, because I'm using Blue Twitch to do that, which does require all the age verification. But luckily for me, that they did that before the AI scraping. Luckily for me. Will they require it in the future? Probably. And then I won't have fancy to do the mature art and things like that. There's a reason why I don't just automatically just switch over to those programs. I have in my possession right now, a merch page that I don't use anymore, because I basically switched to Force Wall. But Force Wall could lose its mind and go down, and I mean, it's like literally I have to have backups to my backups. The main reason like I said, I tout Blue Sky right now, but I have a Mastodon account in case something like that happens. And if Mastodon goes down or steps on their dick somewhere along the lines, at least I still have Blue Sky right now, but I will look for a different thing. I tried to get on things like Spill. I could not get myself an account. And it's one of those things that I want what I can't have, because, or quoting Groucho Marx, I wouldn't want to belong to a club that will have me as a member. And the only reason I would want to have a Spill account is because I'm not good enough for it. Which means that a lot of people can't get into it, and it feels more secure to me. As weird and stupid as that sounds, I don't have the answers. I don't know what to tell people. I did not have a backup in September. I did not have a backup where I could just flip a switch and, like I have for my merch page, where I could flip a switch and not use Discord and had it as a backup until they basically actually install whatever they're installing, whether they do it properly or not. I would have been able to find that out. Stepping back from it, which was the plan. I just didn't have Stowed at the time. And yes, I looked into other things that are Discord-esque. It's the Discord alternatives. Anybody can do this research. It's really simple. It's alternatives to Discord. It's huge right now. But if you don't have a backup, all I can say is that you are at risk. You're literally at the mercy of these programs. And anybody who has been watching any of these streams in any capacity whatsoever, which I think is like one person, knows that I fucking hate Twitch. I really do. I am not a huge Twitch fan. And if it wasn't for the warning that YouTube gave me, I wouldn't be on Twitch right now. I would never in a million years come back to it. Because I did not like the suspension. I am definitely not one of these people that was going to capitalize, which I don't know if I could have, but I wasn't going, even if I could have, I wouldn't have capitalized. On the suspension as, to gain more followers and to build up some type of reputation. Suspensions are freaking hard. They take their toll, and the way it was done was half-assed and backwards. And I've described that. I got a 7-day suspension while they investigated me. I didn't find out that I had a 7-day suspension until after my 7-day suspension was up. That's what it was. I was restored, not as an affiliate. I was restored to basically start over again to try to become an affiliate. And I went from, I only retained 10% of my followers. Most people who were following me at the time, I couldn't even tell you who most of them were. And Twitch has the ability that, which I foolishly did not look into, because I thought it was very similar to here on YouTube, that you could actually see who's following you, which is one of the things that I actually like about Twitch, and I don't like it about YouTube. In contrast, I like YouTube's, where people can keep their anonymity, and they can be completely anonymous while subscribing. You don't really need a YouTube account Yeah, you don't really need a YouTube account in order to subscribe to certain YouTube channels. I like that, but it is one of the reasons why I try to tell people, let me know who you are. Let me know if you're still here. People can subscribe and give me their information and then unsubscribe, because it doesn't tell me who unsubscribes. I haven't been hemorrhaging. Hemorrhaging would be the wrong word, but I have lost a couple people since the whole Discord thing. They might have it might be because of Discord, or it just could be, bots coming in and coming out and stuff like that. It's one of the downsides of people being anonymous. I think Twitch definitely handled it better. Without giving people the anonymity. Because the truth is that on Twitch, I only stay following people who follow me back. And it has nothing to do with anything like that. It just feels very disrespectful that here I am. I've taken an interest in you. I would like to be friends, but you have no interest in me. And I am here to support and this, but if you don't have any interest in me, why on earth would I stay following? And it is a leap of faith. It definitely is a leap of faith. I will follow. I say this a million times when a streamer who I like, who I have a connection with, and everything like that. I always will say that. I will always do the you say follow, so I follow. I always say that, but it doesn't mean I'm going to continue to follow the person. And one of the really nice things about a lot of the people that I follow is I get to watch them grow. I get to watch them, they are a part of what I'm doing. But that makes them part of my community. It does not mean that their community is part of my community. Which is kind of a mistake that I made prior. When I, in my early stages. one of the reasons for that is the fact that there were so many, I mean, I'm telling you, there were so many people in one particular community when I started that um, there were so many people. I totally lost my train of thought. There were so many people in the community that I started. Yeah, I lost it. I'm sorry. I hope you're having a fantastic day. As always, cool beans in the comments below. It doesn't have to be cool beans. It can be whatever you like. And wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a fantastic time doing it. I really do. I support you. That's the reason why I say cool beans in the comments below, because I want to support you. I want to see you grow. I want to be a part of what you are doing. You put up with this video. You know, you're a special someone. You're very special. You're very dear to me, and I would like to be a part of that if you'd let me. Yeah, nobody's being forced to do anything. I really want to keep reiterating that. All right, so take care, and I will talk to you in a couple days. All right, bye.